Hi, I'm Carl Anderson of Kugae Gundogs. This is a puppy update. This is the update where you should be with your puppies if you've got them at the same age as this, or you're getting a puppy. These are great videos to watch. So we've got little Brooke out now, and little Brooke's now got some drive, and it's the drive we want. The more drive we've got to be around us, the easier it is to be them round us. Don't get it mixed up with drive where they run around the countryside, in the woods, out the woods, and too far away from us. We want drive, and we want little Brooke and her siblings to be in and around us all the time. Now, we all want these little spaniels to cuddle in us and have a little cuddle like this. But the more we restrain them, or the more we let the children restrain them, the more they'll want to fight away from us. So we have to create a game. It's all about creating a game, whether they're going to be working dogs, or they're going to be pets, or they're going to be trialing dogs. It's all about a game and getting these dogs in and around us. Now, I'm a big fan. I think the children should play with the dogs, and if we educate the children right, what we want them to do, the children love to be in it without us, you know, falling out with them because they're going to be working dogs. So here, what we're going to use today, we're going to use a little rabbit dummy and a tennis ball, and you can see straight away she switched on. She just wants that ball. So I'm just going to put the other two out of the way a minute. She's so transfixed with that ball, she will go anywhere with it. Anywhere for it. Now, in here at the minute, there's the camera out, you know, the camera people up there, both Laura and Carly. So it's my job's a little bit harder to keep this little girl next to me. But it's raining outside, the winter's here, the dark nights are here, so we have to make the most of every opportunity. Now I've let her have the ball there. Now remember the first video with little Brooke? We always said she was going to be that little one. A delivery wasn't going to be where I wanted it to be. So at some point, when I've got the drive in, I want to get that delivery sorted. But at the minute, I just want the drive. I want her to be focused on this more than anything else. This is the key. If you can keep this, she's got the pheasant wing now and the rabbit dummy. If you can keep spaniels close, in what I would call my magic circle, you're going to have some perfect dogs. And this is your opportunity when the puppies are young. If you're trying to do this and you go to the gun dog trainer at 8 months old and it's across the fields, it's always going to be a hard job. But no dog was designed ever to be on a lead. It's only because we live in this modern world that we need dogs on the lead. What I like to do with the puppies when I take them outside is they'll go in the car on a short journey, and then we'll take them out in an area where there's not other dogs and there's not the distractions, and they want to be in and around me all the time. And I think everyone can really find that opportunity if we really put a mind to it. I know it's busy with the dark nights in, time shorter, and everyone's doing the same thing. But if we look hard enough, there is opportunities. If you live in a city, in a tower block, or somewhere where you can only walk the pavement, I think you've got to ask yourself the question, is a Springer Spaniel, a Cocker Spaniel, or a working dog the right dog for you? I think that is a big, big question. You have to be able to get these dogs in and around you off the lead. And maybe in the middle of London, Birmingham, Manchester, it's a tough call unless you're prepared to get out and go in the countryside. So let's have a little play. She hasn't left me at all. So now we're going to throw the ball and see what she does. Yeah, so I'm going to hit it against the wall and make it bounce. Get off that pheasant tail. What's this? What's this? What's this? Here we go. Now, what I'm not doing with her, what I'm not doing is recalling her because she's coming back to me. So I don't want to waste that opportunity. There's no point. If she's coming back to me, why would I even call her? Just let her come in. I'll use that recall a little bit later on. Now we're going to throw it again. Now she's bringing it back. She's not delivering it, but I need to tidy that up on a place board. And I'll sort that out a little bit later on. I just want this drive. What I want to do now is I'm going to get a little rabbit dummy, and this is going to get her even more excited. If I can get her off that pheasant wing. Here. What's this? Now she wants the pheasant wing. So we'll put them out of the way and we'll play the game with the pheasant wing. Come on. Now what you might think, and you might cringe and you might think, oh my God, she's going to chase things. She's not going to chase anything at all. All she's going to do at this stage is be involved with me and the items I'm using. So the pheasant wings, the tennis balls, the rabbit dummies, the puppy dummies, and everything else. She's just so transfixed with them. And then there'll be a stage to the journey shortly, in a week's time, 2 weeks' time, a month's time, when we're ready, where we start getting focus, and we'll stop them from running in, and we'll get them to sit. We'll put a little bit more obedience in them, but it's only when they're ready, and each one of the puppies is different at that level. And you can see she just wants to be in and around me, and this is the key, absolutely the key. Now if I put that out the way a minute, and I'm just going to calm her down, and now if I just fuss her up like this, I can start switching her off. She'll come in for a cuddle. Everyone wants a cuddle with a little puppy, look, everyone. And she'll just enjoy this. And then all we've got to do is get it back out. And that's what we want. These little puppies are absolutely placid. But remember, she can't do too much of this. She's going to get tired. So now we'll give her a little retrieve of the ball. Look, she thinks she's a Patterdale Terrier, this one. And as long as I don't overdo this, I haven't really got a problem. What I wouldn't do at this stage is give her a pheasant wing, because I wouldn't want her to chew it. I wouldn't really want her to run off with it and start causing myself problems. I just really want this little dog in and around me constantly, all the time. Don't we? Hey? Good girl. Absolutely brilliant. And we can take her outside and get the same result. So we do this inside, we do this outside. The one thing we try and avoid at all costs is other distractions of other dogs at this stage. She's well socialised, but what we don't want to do is create them running off with other dogs. So we do as much of this bonding time as we can. And then when we're out with the other dogs, and she comes out with the older dogs, as they all do, they stay in our circle. If we bring the older dogs to heel, they stay to heel. If she was to, on her own, and she was to run off and she was to go too far forward, we would just basically turn around, clap her hands, and she would follow us. If you followed the videos from the first video, and you've got a spaniel, this is what you want to be doing. This is the way we train. And it'll work, whether you want a good pet, a working dog, or that competition dog. It's putting the drive in and using the drive to our advantage. Look, she's just a real sweetie. So let's put little Brooke away now, and let's bring Mac out. Totally different character. Big old lump he's turning into, and Mac shares his kennel with Mr. Wolf. So he's taking Mr. Wolf's attitude. Which is great. Maybe a little bit softer at this stage, but let's put her away and get him out. So we've got Mac out now. Mac's a little live wire. He's not like Tia, not like Brooke. He's big, he's off, he's boisterous. If we don't keep hold of this dog at this stage, we ain't going to keep hold of him. He is just a handful of entertainment. Here. He wants everything. Yeah. Now you can see by using the tennis ball, there's more other things that he wants. He wants the pheasant wing. He wants the rabbit dummy. They're really of high value to him. More than this tennis ball. So, which one does he want? Which one does he want? Definitely the pheasant wing. So these air-dried pheasant wings are absolutely brilliant. He will do everything for these. It'll take his drive right up. Now if I get the tennis ball now, throw it, he's gone down there. Now look, he's going to come straight back into me without even trying. I take it off him and I keep fussing him up. We'll do it again. And at this stage I'm going to hold him back. Back. And I just say that little word back. Eventually, he hasn't got a clue what it means, have you? Have you? But if you do not interact with these puppies close like this, they will go and find their own entertainment. They're high drive spaniels. But it's not all about throwing that ball, it's keeping them close. So with him, we're going to put him on a placeboard in a minute. He's just naturally doing what I want him to do. A bit later on in his life, I'm going to want him to go right to left in front of me. And let's just try. Hoi, hoi, hoi. So if we now put him on this placeboard. Mac, Mac. So we're slowly going to educate him to a placeboard. Now, we could have had him on a placeboard a lot younger, and we could have had him sit in there and stay in there, but all that's going to do for me is take the drive out of him. And if I lose the drive on these working dogs, it's very, very hard for me. And they'll go wandering and doing whatever they want. Now he's on that placeboard, I can give him a fuss. Of course he wants these. These are the treats to him. So we don't treat train, we just get him obsessed with the right equipment. If we left all these dummies on the floor and loads of toys, he would get bored with them and start chewing. Then he'd want the remote control, he'd want the telephone, the socks and everything else he can get his hands on. But when we come out, if I just play this game with him, he just really, really wants to be around me, because this is fun. You know, this is better than chasing pheasants, I think. Well, I hope so anyway. Yeah? And we can still have a cuddles with him, look. You know, but he doesn't, he's a bit like Mr. Wolf and his dad. They're miserable sods, they don't want to cuddle. They just want to, all the time, hunt. Don't you, eh? But we can have it and have it fun. It's great here again. Get the kids involved. The kids will love this game. But don't let him, at this stage, have these more excitable toys like the fair. And if I now. And again, he'll come straight back to me every time, and he wants to kiss me and hug me and just, here. Again, so we're in a great little place with him. So let's put him away. You've seen his character, you've seen where he is. Let's put this one away and let's get another one out. Who should we get out, Mac? Who should we get out? Hey, should we get a naughty one out? We'll get River out. I don't think we've done a lot with River. So we'll put him away. Again, he's got that dummy and he brings it to me. And he doesn't know any better, because this is all just fun. Come on then, let's go away. I would sit down and have a 5-minute cuddle with him, but it generally doesn't happen, does it? I think we're going to have to take you away from Mr. Wolf, aren't we, hey? Let's get River out. So we've got little River out now. Now, River's a little bit more inquisitive. She still wants all these, and she's going to be in and around me. You've got to remember, when we're recording this, we've got cameras over there, and there's people over there, and this is how interesting we have to make ourselves to these dogs, because their journey, some of the journeys will be going as pets when they're older, and some will be going as working dogs. So they're going to have to go in the field or the park or in a competition, wherever their destination takes them, and they're going to have to go under pressure and not go running around to other people for getting cuddles. One of the worst things you can do is if everyone comes to the house, they let the dog jump up and these puppies get cuddles and one thing and another. It's one of the worst things you can do, because all you do is you educate them to thinking everyone's come to see them. And then they start jumping up people in the street, and it's okay to start with, it's lovely, everyone loves a puppy. But when they get to 8-month-old and 10-month-old, we've then created a problem. Now, it's different here, them jumping up me, because I'm encouraging it, and I just want them to be in and around me, and that's a major part of the training. Let's have a look at her little delivery, see what she does. So again, we throw it against the wall. She's picked it up, she's come straight back in. I've took it off her and I keep fussing her. Yeah, let's have another go. And I can't stress enough, I'm not actually saying anything to her. I'm not forcing her, I'm not taking the drive out of her. I'm just really putting the drive in them and making us more interesting. Now I've got the pheasant. Get yourself some dried pheasant wings and don't let them chew them up, and look what happens. Now these dogs will not chase when they're older. They won't even chase when they're younger. We will, in a few weeks' time, like I said, with the other ones, we will actually put in a little program where we'll put them on a place board and we'll start throwing dummies around them and pheasant wings and one thing and another, and they will not chase at all. They will wait for instructions, and that's because they're going to be in and around me all the time. And we'll take them into the woods and we'll put them in stick piles. And all I'm doing here now, look, she's going through obstacles now, and it's only going through my leg, but it's still an obstacle, you know. And she's going to have to go through sticks and nettles and briars and everything else, and that's going to be the journey. And we've got to encourage that as much as we can. But the most important thing for this video, if your pup's now the same age as these, about 17 weeks old, these are, your options are, it's leaving you too far, you're giving it too much room. It might be like these, stay really close where you've done a good job, or you might want to make it sit on a place board, make it wait, and then you can send it back a long way for a retrieve. It's really up to you. For me, all I really want is drive in them. The more drive I've got, is the better. And I know from many years of experience kind of what the nature of these pups are gonna turn out like. They're all gonna stay in and around us, and we can go out in the morning and we can take a lot of dogs out for them long walks in the morning, and these puppies will just absolutely join the other team of the dogs. And at no stage, with the camera being there, have they left me. All they want to do is play with these toys. But eventually what will happen is, after about 15-20 minutes, they'll flop. They'll just want to go to sleep and they'll flop, and then you can get your cuddle. That's the first time now she's left me. Throw the ball. And again, every time she's just going to come straight in. Hey? Should I throw that pheasant wing? I know what you'll do with that. Oh, she said, I'll have that. I'll have that. So again, we're just using these as a bribe, just to keep her involved. But every time we throw the ball, it's the ball she goes after. So that's just a little update on the puppies and where we are. And like I said, the next stage, we've got the drive in them. We'll start just controlling them a little bit, but we could be weeks off that, we could be a month off that. I will read the individual puppies as I go along training, and every one of them, all 7 of them, will train absolutely differently. There'll be little things we've got to do, like the delivery. Some won't sit. I mean, like she sat there now on her own. I've never taught them the word sit. I'm not interested in the word sit at this stage. They'll automatically do that if I get the training right. That's more important to me than wanting to be in and around me every time. Come on. With these dogs, if you understand these puppies and you see what they're doing, we won't do any recall training. We won't need to do any recall training, because they'll come back to me every time. And then when I do recall that whistle, if they're a long way off or they've been sent out for a retrieve, we'll be able to stop them and recall them back. So they'll automatically do it right if we get the foundation and the obedience in. Look at this little dog now, she's just transfixed. Transfixed. Nothing else matters in the world apart from the bond we have. So let's put her away. Oh, and that's the first time now she's gone up there to Carly. Come on. Now she's gone to Laura, and Laura's desperately trying not to stroke her. River. Now, if there's ever a time, a training session, to put a puppy away, that's it. When they start doing something else or get the ball and run off just that little bit, that's the time to stop. That's the time to put them away, do other things, get other puppies out, and then bring them out later. And I mentally log all this. I write a lot of stuff down where we are with the training, how the training session went. And if we just keep a log, we can look back and say, this is working, this isn't working. And when you train as many dogs as we do, we have to write things down and have an understanding. Otherwise, it's a little bit crazy. You forget tiny little details, and it's tiny little details what you forget about where can make all the difference in training. Look, if you look at this for a spaniel, all she wants to do is please and cuddle, isn't it? Eh? Let's put her away. Thanks for watching.